Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to the Valley of the Sun at State Farm Stadium here in Glendale. Tonight, we begin Week 8 with a good matchup for you here between the San Francisco 49ers and the Arizona Cardinals. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. This is taken way up at the 25.
The Niners take over first down 10 at their own 32-yard line.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now here's a timeout defensively coming from the Cardinals. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Slot man moves right. From the 41, Mahomes. They'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. The Niners have the first down on a gain of 11.
Hey, 43, 15.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. Now they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37. The slot man in motion right. Throwing on first down is Mahomes. And his throw is going to be incomplete. Now remember, these two teams met in Glendale earlier in the season with the Cards coming out on top. So a win here in Arizona will give them the season sweep. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll get 3 down at the 34-yard line. So 3rd down now. They need the 27-yard line for a first. Now Mahomes. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. Mahomes now on first down. Eluding the pressure right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long. Another try after the first down sack. Mahomes. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. Play number 9 now on this pretty long opening drive. But this is 3rd down. Looking to throw is Mahomes. And he's got his man on the out route. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And now the Cardinals going to use another timeout. And that's their 2nd charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. 1st and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. To throw, it's Mahomes, escaping the pressure right. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's second down.
I think the defense surprised him there with that blitz on first down, but give him credit. Stayed cool under pressure and still found a way through the extra rushers for positive yardage. Well done.
Yellow.
Second and goal from inside the 5. Mahomes now to throw. Flushed out right. Now he's got it. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Only able to pick up 2, and that leads us to third and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And across the goal line, into the end zone. Touchdown, 49ers. A great effort there with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Niners will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. No problem there on the extra point. And that makes the score 7-0. The 49ers ready to kick it away. And here we go. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. First and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. Running to start the drive is Samuels. And he is going to lose yardage here. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for. One of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Against a team coming off a win just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now back to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. It's Tariq Castro Fields who picked it.
And I think this is a situation where a quarterback coach in the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and pump the football.
Slot man moves right. So after the INT, here's Mahomes. And he will find his man on the outside. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook.
Touchdown 49ers. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Niners are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point forthcoming. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. The 49ers ready to kick it away, and here we go. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And Charles, it's kind of gut check time. Look, I know it's early, first quarter, just their second drive of the game, but they've already thrown the interception, given up the score. You're down double digits. They got to figure out something, and pretty quickly here.
No doubt about it. And when we look at that sideline, I'm sure you're observing the same thing I am. I don't like the body language at all. They look like they're in a state of stunned disbelief. So to me, we always talk about someone stepping up and making a big play. I think it would behoove them if multiple guys step up and make big plays right now. They need something positive to happen, and they need for it to happen now.
Well, this defense for the Niners, they were very good in the win over Dallas a week ago.
And the big difference in the ball game, their ability to force turnovers, 3 of them in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, that's something that's emphasized each and every week, and they carried it out.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. That's caught by Kelly. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
14. Cardinals, nothing.
The Cardinals forced to burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with that, they're now out of timeouts. And still plenty of time remaining here in this second quarter.
Okay, ready?
An extra DB for the 49ers now on 3rd. Back to throw again. Pass complete. George Pickens with it. And he is going to have a Cardinals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. The Cardinals sitting at a very solid 4-2 record through the first 6 weeks. And they come in with fresh legs. They got the extra time off thanks to an early season open week.
And usually your hope is that you're open.
And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, Cardinals. They were already down 2 scores early. They needed something to try to stem that tide, and that certainly qualifies. A big play to get them in the end zone.
It qualifies indeed because, let's face it, they don't get something done on this drive, turn it back over, this game could be 88 out the gate early.
What, 88 and out the gate?
Yeah, that's I used to hear my old man talk about. It usually meant that thing's done.
Well, now that they got the touchdown, it's not 88 and out the gate. We still got a good game going ahead of us. So now the possession will begin at the 35 after the errant kickoff.
Well, that's certainly one way to avoid a dangerous kick returner, I suppose, but you are giving up extra yardage, that's for sure, because if you put it out of the end zone, they start at the 25, so at a minimum, you're giving up 10 yards to the offense.
So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. That is incomplete.
Speed is the name of the game when it comes to RPOs, and sometimes you can be a little too quick, thus inaccurate, incomplete.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Now here's Mahomes. Throwing the out route, incomplete. It's Hamilton. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. His first catch, good for 14 there and a first down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
On first down, Mahomes. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot. Throwing now is Mahomes. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a first down.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a first and goal.
They scored touchdowns on drives 1 and 2, and now they're trying to make it a perfect 3 for 3 to start. Mahomes taps this forward. It's a jet sweep. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds.
And a lot of times these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
Mahomes taps this forward. It's a jet sweep. And they will score. It's a 49er touchdown. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the 49ers have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 21-7.
Niners 21, Cardinals 7.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Yeah, some might have returned that one. He won't. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start the drive from the 25. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They come off a victory over the weekend, but now the quick turnaround here for this Thursday night game. How does that affect how teams like this approach these short turnarounds?
Well, wins and losses always factor into, how you're getting ready for the next game. But equally as important when you have the short turnaround, what is your injury situation? Are you losing key guys? And
that's caught inside the 30. And he's going to get this down near the 25. Exactly 50 yards on that last play as they just go from 125 to the other for first and 10. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
An incomplete pass leads to second and 10 from the 25. Shotgun handoff to Samuels. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you've got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. On play action, they'll throw. Complete to Kelly. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on third down, and they keep the drive going.
Now we're first and 10 at the 11.
Check, Bobcat.
And he'll take this one inside the 10, down to the 8. A gain of 3, second down.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
Two minutes remaining in this first half of football. The ball on the 8. Still could get a first down technically. 2nd and 7. Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. Yeah, this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, you know, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams are running it. These wide receivers, a lot of them, they run like running backs with the ball in their hands.
Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. They just do get the play off as he'll look to throw. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside.
That looked great when he first took off because, in my mind, there was room to run and he had the marker in his sight. But I certainly didn't expect him to close so quickly, and neither did he. They got to him just in time, and now that forced him to make a decision with his 4th down call.
Back to throw. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Cardinals unable to convert there on 4th down. And the 49ers are going to get the football back. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And not an abundance of time remains on the clock, Charles, but you would think more than enough to try to extend this lead before intermission.
And when you're talking about extending the lead, I think you're talking about aiming for the end zone because there is plenty of time for that. The fallback is to get 3. But in your mind, you put 6 on the board right before the half. That's a heck of a dagger and great momentum to carry into the locker room.
Mahomes now on 1st down. And he's got his man on the out route. And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line. So the completion good for 7 there. And that'll make it 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
Here's Mahomes to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. The Niners passing game in sync now. They've got another 1st down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target, and he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
15.
On 2nd and 10, Mahomes. And he comes back with one complete. The Cards going nickel. An extra defensive back out there now on 3rd down. Mahomes going to throw. And he will find his man on the outside. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. And he's got his man on the out route. They'll Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. From the 44, Mahomes airing it out for Hamilton. And this is caught. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. A big play there as the first half is winding down. And the 49ers will extend their lead here just before halftime. Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. He knocks it through. It's 28-7.
Next to score, Niners 28, Cardinals 7.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
At their own 18-yard line.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting at once, you get first half scores just like this one.
They'll throw now on the final play. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It'll be the Cardinals who get the ball first. They trail here as we resume action in the third quarter. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They'll set up to throw. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. He's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. They're going to look to throw. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. He'll look to throw. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. He's got his man. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. A great effort there. 33 yards. And the Cards are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Point after up and good. And that cuts the lead to 28-14. The Cardinals set now to kick this one away, and off we go. this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
You could say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points.
He's got a man, complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Partner, they've been aggressive, airing it out all game long, and no better evidence than those last 2 snaps. They weren't going to beat this coverage, though, 2 plays in a row, and that one falls incomplete.
To throw again on 2nd down, Mahomes. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. Searching 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. And they're going to move it down to inside the 25.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
They'll look to throw again. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
What will look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
To throw on 2nd and 10, Mahomes. That'll be caught right side by Hamilton. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the 1st here. They'll try and run for this with Akers. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. They fake the give. Now Mahomes. And he'll just chuck this one up into row G. It's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. A line of scrimmage once again the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. Flush. And he takes it into the end zone across the chalk. Now there is a flag down. But I think that's offsides on the defense.
Yeah, I think that's going to stand, partner.
Point after here coming up. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. The 49ers ready to kick it away, and here we go. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And this throw will be intercepted. It's Tariq Castro Fields who picked it. And the Niners are going to take possession of the football. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores. But, yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And, look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. Throwing on first down is Mahomes. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. So 8 yards on the completion there, and it'll be second in a couple.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Going to need better protection here. Third and long following the sack from Mahomes and company. Back to throw here. This is caught. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Mahomes throwing on fourth. That's to his running back, complete. Touchdown. A great play there. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the 49ers are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter. The extra point splits the uprights, and that'll increase their lead to 28. The 49ers ready to kick it away, and here we go. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he will be taken down here on the return on what will wind up being the final play of this third quarter. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there, and trailing big here in this fourth quarter. He'll rifle this one deep right side, and that's caught inside the 35. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Looking to throw. Looking left sideline, it's complete. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. Samuels is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Well, they move the ball down the field through the air, Charles, and then finally they get the running game involved, and it works to perfection. Touchdown.
And, partner, I kept waiting for that running game to come into play and actually saved him until the very end. Touchdown goes on his stat sheet, but you and I both know, and he knows as well, his teammates airing it out made this a successful drive.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
At their own 15-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate, but we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution over.
He rifles one that's intercepted. And the Cards are going to take possession of the football. Well, this deep, particularly the secondary, has been picked apart with points here tonight. They finally, though, get to the quarterback in a bit.
And we know this about him. He loves night games, loves the spotlight, loves being the center of attention. I will bet you that he ran off the field almost chuckling to himself. They finally got one. They finally got me.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. They'll look to throw here. Eluding the pressure right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
The Cardinals on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Multiple defenders there to drop him for a loss of 4. So 4th down coming up. John Harbaugh will send on the field goal unit. This one from 46 yards out. And he didn't get it there. No, it's no good. Just shy of the crossbar. And this will stay a 3-touchdown game.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Now he's going to throw it deep to the other side of the field. A big play there for the Niners. 57 yards. Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation. To throw, it's Mahomes.
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. And the Cardinals are going to take possession here as they've got it at their own 4-yard line.
Well, they're not making it easy on themselves here down the stretch. 2 picks now in the 4th quarter trying to hang on to that lead.
Talk about keeping someone in the game. Instead of being able to shut the door, it's still cracked open because they can come back on you now. The only people who are really happy about those picks, any fantasy team that has this defense.
And he's able to get this up just shy of the 15. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9.
Quay Walker came through to make the sack.
Guys with his talent in the pocket aren't supposed to be getting hit like this, and you know an intense conversation with the offensive line is going to occur after this one. Might not be from him, but the offensive line coach will have plenty to say about this game.
2nd and 15. That one into the hands of his tailback, Samuels. And just not much to be had there. 1 yard out to the 10. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Steps away to his left. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted.
And the 49ers are going to take possession of the football.
Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense.
But they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. Interesting, Mahomes wants to throw it. Escaping the pressure right. And it's caught. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second, as they stop it here with 1:07 remaining.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Flushed out, and it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. A great effort there. His third touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Niners add on to their lead, and they are also closing in on a 5th straight victory. The extra point up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 28.
Cardinals 21.
The 49ers ready to kick it away, and here we go. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And they'll be at the 18-yard line. Great field position here in the red zone.
All right, you've had to put up with me in this booth. I'm going to try and be simple this time and succinct. It simply has not been their night.
No, I think that fumble's kind of indicative of how this whole evening's gone, isn't it?
Without a doubt. I mean, they've tried, but nothing has ever really taken throughout the game. That's why they're down so big.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. The CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
Mahomes going to throw it here. A quick throw there going to be batted away at incomplete. Well, they're up comfortably here, Charles, but that lead certainly not dissuading them from pressing the envelope late. I mean, if anything, with these passes, it's like they're getting more aggressive to try to drive the ball downfield.
And that will certainly lend itself to some post-game questions for that coach, and maybe you and I should attend that press conference and see what he has to say, because someone's going to ask him why he continued to push it. My guess, he didn't like how some of the snaps were run earlier, and he wanted to use that as a chance to clean things up, but he certainly will have some explaining to do.
Well, I think the hope is, you know, with a touch pass like that, then maybe you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that one.
And it is the kind of play that works better against certain defenses, and this clearly was the wrong one to run into. Really nice job getting him down behind the line.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Point after try forthcoming. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. The 49ers ready to kick it away, and here we go. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that's caught inside the 35.
And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard